Hey, what is up, guys? It is XTI. I am finally back. I am sorry I have not been making a lot of videos, but I've been moving around a lot. I moved from Florida to Las Vegas to Los Angeles to Las Vegas to Los Angeles, and then I'm back in Las Vegas. So I finally also got myself a very nice gaming computer. If you guys are interested, I'll post the specs and everything in the comments and stuff like that. But I really wanted to go back to making my rogue PvP videos, like what a lot of people have subscribed to me for and stuff, but it was watching me for. But unfortunately, when I went back to WoW, as a lot as you guys know, because everyone knows on YouTube and everywhere now, is that WoW PvP is very stale, is very boring, and not only that, but the next patch that everyone was looking forward to hopefully fix these changes of the OP classes like Pharaoh Druids, TKs, Rogues, and all them are actually getting buffed, and all the classes that needed help are getting nerfed. So everyone is extremely discouraged. Everyone's pissed. A lot of people are leaving to find new games, and I just did just that. Now I've been playing Guild Wars since it, released, but I never really got into it because I was more of a WoW player. But since all these other changes and since the big break that I had because I didn't have a computer, I was able to kind of reevaluate what I want in games and da 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 da. Anyways, this is a quick Guild Wars 2 PvP guide for Warriors because this is what I want to start pumping out content for. So you want to have a great sword, you want to have a longbow. For your sigils, you want Sigil of Bloodlust, where you get Tame Power every time you kill someone. Sigil of Blood, 50% chance on critical to steal health. Sigil of Hydromancy for your bow, so whenever every time you switch to your bow, you'll get the chill effect on everyone around you. And Sigil of Accuracy, so 70% more accuracy. For your main like rune, I guess, your main stat runes or whatever, you want the Rune of the Pack. It gives you power, swiftness, duration, every 25% chance to when struck to gain allies, to gain might, fury, and swiftness for everybody around you, and 100% and 100 power and 20% swiftness duration plus 125 precision. Jesus, this whole tongue twisters. Anyways, you also want the Berserker Amulet because this is a Berserker build. It's just build so you can sustain yourself a little longer than you normally would with a glass cannon build, but you can still do a lot of damage and you can still live pretty long if you know what you're doing. Anyways, for the traits, you go 4-0-6-0-4. This way, in the defense, you get the toughness and healing power. Strength, you get the power, condition, duration, and discipline, you get the ferocity and the burst recharge, which is really nice. Now, for the strength, you want 3, which is the great fortitude. A percentage of power is given as bonus to vitality. That's really nice. Slashing power, your great sword and spear damage is increased by 10%. And that is mandatory, in my opinion, if you're going to be doing any kind of berserking build with warrior, because you need that extra just 10% flat rate damage. Now for defense, you want Dog March, which is also replaceable with Sure-Footed if you want to go into more of a stance build. Sure-Footed makes it where your duration of the stance is increased by 25%. So your main utilities are going to be Berserker stance, Balance stance, and Bull's Charge is more of a your thing, but I just have it for 100 blades. But Berserker stance and Balance stance are going to be your main stances that you're going to be using all the time because Berserker stance makes it where you can't get conditions on you, and Balance stance makes it where you gain stability and swiftness. So you can either get away, you can't get knocked down, you can't get pulled back, etc., etc. Cleansing Ire is also, in my opinion, mandatory because it gain adrenaline when hit, removes the condition with every bar of adrenaline spin when you hit with the burst skill. Since you're pretty much going to be using your burst skill always with 3, or you should, you'd be able to remove 3 conditions on you all the time because it reduces burst recharge duration. So that's also extremely mandatory in my opinion. Now for the last one is also up to you if you're new to Warrior or if you like the fall safe of Defy Pain, then that's also one for you. It activates Endure Pain when you're struck below the threshold of 25%, and Endure Pain makes you take no damage from effects, even though if you have conditions on you, then it'll still do the condition damage. So that's, something you gotta watch out for. I see a lot of warriors not paying attention towards condition people, and they just try to pop that and they still get melted. I have spiked armor over that because I think I'm a decent warrior. I think I know how to play the class a little bit, so I don't really need it that much. And I much rather gain retaliation whenever I get critted on a 10-second cooldown because then you just be doing damage to the person a lot more along with your own damage. Discipline. Warrior Sprint. That's all. Also can be changed out with Vigorous Focus. You gain vigor whenever you use a stance. That's also very nice with along with the increased duration if that's what you want. But for me, I love moving faster with my greatsword to chase people down. Destruction of the Empowered. Deal bonus damage per boon on your target by 3%. So if you're facing someone like a guardian or engineer, you're going to be hitting really hard because they have a shit ton of boons. And warriors don't really have any kind of utility or anything really to take off a lot of boons. So you just kind of have to work through the whole mentality of I gotta burst through this instead of trying to take it off like other classes can. Or you can switch with mobile strike, so movement skills break, mobilize. So that's pretty nice because I'm pretty sure rush and whirlwind attacks are considered movement abilities. So every time you're mobilized, you can just do those and you're out of it. Now, like I said before, Bull's charge is completely up to you. You can have it. I kind of recommend the fear. The fear is really nice. No warriors really run with fear anymore. But since you'll be always in your person's face, if you can get a good fear off when you're in the person's face, so it's longer, you can just sit there and blow them up inside the fear, which is really nice. For your healing, you want the healing signet. You can probably take the warriors one. What is it called? Take the healing surge, which is also really nice. It will heal you for half your health on a 30-second cooldown, depending on what your adrenaline level is. Mending is okay if you're fighting. If you're really going into more of a competitive scene and you know they have a lot of condition damage, then mending would be your best bet because it caters to a lot of conditions. It doesn't heal nowhere near as much as healing surge, but at least you can know you'll be able to get the conditions off. Healing Cinder is your best bet because it heals you for 300, heals me for 377 every second. But you don't want to activate it. That's a lot of things I see a lot of warriors do is that when they get low health, they try to activate it. If you notice that the heal is only 3,000, and heal is actually really, really bad compared to mending or healing surge because the whole point of it is supposed to give you the passive heal. So if you use it though, the passive heal goes on cooldown. So that means not only did you only heal yourself for a little bit, but for a whole 20 seconds, you won't get your passive healing, which is obviously bad. So you just have to try to your hardest to run through what you got and not use the healing signet. Defiant stance. That's a new one that they added. It's okay. It's the duration is too low, but since it's a stance, you can also upgrade it so it increases. It give you vigor and it gives you it increases the stance duration. Sorry. So that means it'll go up to I believe 5 seconds of all incoming damage. But the thing is, the moment someone notices that you're doing that, they'll just stop hitting you, and then you won't get healed anymore. And the initial heal is even worse than a healing signet. So it's really, really up to the comps. It's really up to you. If you're going towards heavy melee comps, then you want to use Defiant Stance. If you're going towards heavy condition comps, then you want to use Mending. But otherwise, if you're just doing regular PvP or World v World, then you definitely want to choose the Healing Signet over the rest. Now, for the last talent, instead of Bull Surge, you could definitely take On My Mark, which will increase huge amounts of damage from the very jump if you want. You can take Frenzy for your 100 blades, so you can deal more damage instantly, or you can take Endure Pain, which is also another viable choice, so you can use it, and then plus you can have it as your passive if you decide to go through the trades. And for your elite skill, you definitely want to take Signet of Rage, unless you're doing a rated, doing the rated battlegrounds or rated games, whatever, where you would probably want to take the battle standard so you can help your teammate up. Now, I see a lot of people also using the battle standard incorrectly. How it works is that if you're downed, not dead, if you're downed and you throw it on top of people, they'll instantly get back up. If they're dead and you throw it on them, I believe they get downed, but they don't automatically get up. So a lot of people would try to throw it down on them and try to do it, but they still are down and they'll still get killed anyways, and you just wasted it. Now, obviously, the battle standard is a long, very, very long cooldown that you don't want to use unless you're speccing into the banners. Healing the Signal, on the other hand, is very nice. It grants adrenaline all the time, and you want to use it when you're bursting because the buffs are for so long. 25-second Fury, 5 seconds of Might for 25 seconds, and 32 seconds of Swiftness. So it's definitely something that you'd want to try to remember off cooldown when you need to do damage or when you're trying to burst someone. But anyways, guys, that was just a quick guide to Guild Wars 2 War PvP. I'm going to be making montages and World v World videos and all the other cool stuff now that I got my laptop and I'm in a stable place. So be sure to look out for that. If you like my video, be sure to subscribe. Later, guys.